I am Toufah Jallow because when Yaya Jammeh was abusing me, I ain't kala kwenye ko itele njumati.
Ale nyomwele bang fa hani salma nyomoy anin kulbe yel ablare nya.
The thing is, one thing people have to understand, more in a relationship with Yaya Jammeh or Ite or anybody else, Nte what relationship am kenga wala soto. Nte Yaya Jammeh doesn't signify just Yaya Jammeh to me. Yaya Jammeh to me is my rapist. Yaya Jammeh to me is the person me anako ninga langa sibo kurungo soto atela katara kono. Yaya Jammeh is a person minka emotional torture or dintela. Yaya Jammeh is an image and a picture that mbuka min jibe no kijo man fara mol man wala understand. Yaya Jammeh is a person me anako niya tofo it's not the same spectrum. Fair TJ is a mean fair no fonting ako jele when it comes to Yaya Jammeh. He's not just the man over there for me. Na be jante kata janale. And unte me the whole time Jammeh ka voice note or bulale. I love to call me for like a wolf, right? The thing is, all I know for mole minka defend the wood like the diamola do labi don't go at all. Ntaman diamato and think a moment for woman for ye a bedairing tech because I tell you long I tell you walone. I told me come beji altj almalo min be caring. Ngamin for tofu be daring a tech for B, cabrinta diamuta for B, cabrina finto for B, I send the killing sile. Right, I signed the killing in fancy la sign. Among fem for ya the daring tech. Anyan takal phone yininka mina la deoti because then Yaya Jammeh issue it has been on an international stage. Atambita Gambia lele. Ndela Yaya Jammeh issue whether or not a Jimbi Jammeh case kanaka case samba ICC would be has been underground work into the minkeka. And he has been receiving those notices among fem for J. So Yaya Jammeh hasn't responded to me. Yaya Jammeh will not talk to me. Until the only place left Yaya Jammeh engage la dame would be in a court, in an international court. That is the only place I want to have a back and forth with that man. But what has been happening, I find so much joy. People may understand ka lonko when Yaya Jammeh did what he did to me about kekane to break me. Ka fanye ko ite dindi merento e mambo dula ite welingara dinungo ite len jumati ka fonte han ite len Yaya Jammeh tin lafta fengo fen nanka sotole. Right? So he thought he was breaking me and I rose mulita. Right, my life is not spoiled. In fact, my life has more purpose. Nabaluo has more purpose. Because for my mission in Gambia is to raise awareness, is to empower women, is to have victims that will no longer be silenced. Ka rape ka bondi na society kono. Well until life misondi. So I am of course ateya abentinya kan nenung abe kukuru wale kekana barama milono abe muso wale fintindi kan sunkuto kono mimbina hontla. Mimbina mol hontla minka munta ko ate. So no, I don't have a personal relationship with Yaya Jammeh. He has not reached out. He hasn't said anything. Lungo min na ayente jabi. Wolo fanang album moila because Yaya Jammeh yente kumandi dawoda bin sa danku no jele.
So Toufah, what about Ninga Kumandi? Because I know I can reach out to him personally. Inta phone said yamuno ayele na interviews sort of concerning about the issue. I don't know how will that possible, but ngalanko is possible that ngo fananke so that nga Yaya Jammeh fanan other side of the story fanam mo.
That is on you. That is your responsibility, and it's the responsibility of any journalist who wants to do that. You don't need my permission for that. You don't need my engagement for that, right? So if he is talking, we haven't heard that yet. You know, New York Times have reached out to Yaya Jammeh, BABC, CNN, any international media, they have reached out to the man about my issue, but it is the one issue that he has not responded to. So if you are capable of doing that, great. War is fine by me. But I will not be on that call or have an engagement with that guy. Absolutely. That is, my lawyers will not even allow me to do that, to have that engagement with him. And but if you can do that, great. I would be glad to hear opportunities in society to hear the perspective or the point of view of a rapist. So to me, Yaya Jammeh to you is the ex-president. Yaya Jammeh to you is Yaya Jammeh. But I want people to understand from a point of view on my life. To me, Yaya Jammeh is my rapist. And more more man the power soto to take that away from me, right? So if you're able to, great. Good luck on that.
Toufah, ila kuma kangol nyiyata, but nafake yinen ka fandamin na kotenge. But say an rape from GB didn't only come in rape saying a total of 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, kata for 16 years, and then some of these people feel like na ibuka ifong express on time. And then for that reason, if you pro la parents will find along or la guardians will along ko iba yung kolya ko wala kono. Toufah, if an answer for Molia, covering ya Jammeh rape at the age of Sagittarian say that is 18 years. Mula na may phone at that very right time, but he able to bring it at sila to Babudu. 2019 inara nang kambejang inada ke form 4 nye mo jama jakal baka andum bala ful projet fon clair because nyim fanan akasoto mo jama la karola bari ne do rep dorong ala onkul sa rep nole wala fama sa rep nole wala misabi tenting maybe ala sino sa rep nole but dinno nyin satara daring atra because of something wala na amanson ka kuo for am membulo kono, and this could be one of the reasons why it for a form for say it is having no more na it may form for more on time for wato mi alon ko ita resita iko okay mbada nganyum for molie puri salon ko nyine be keda andum to nyalom mo jama ka reple bari e kalbe pour molie along malan na e repta mana na ita for a form for no on time. Today, man laughing to talk anything, of course, about day or my personal story, but more about story of women. But two things I like to make very clear, and the Momo Kalamoena, you know that. One is that I do not owe anybody clarity, right? It's not on women, amanke women responsibility ti kata korda to ka fo konko assalamu alaikum jallo kunda sew kunda bari kunda njay kunda sal sibang abulanga nyin ko fo e nga fo aketa ne mo wasotono aketa dum ni be fintila ka diamu commenting nga fo nyamen e nyanta ka sonta ko misrepresentation ni fahamu baliya be sotolale and wo fahamu baliya keta dawoda itata taranola je ka wo defend right inganta kasile sonko molo be sila like idea sort of you me yalon ka man sort inganta ka comfortable walale that is one. So until I am okay with that. Second of all, what people have to understand, it's a call sometimes aka 6 years ta dole nele dol bi aka 7 years ta dole nele. Most survivors of rape and violence abuka only 7 years turning 8 years ikatale for a far imafo right akatale for 30 years for 40 years, and there are different reasons for different women. More men understand, just like the story of murder, just like the story of different other crimes, more la circumstances manke killing. What people have to understand at the time, minke tantela manke ko samba sira mimbe marseto wala bitikoto wala yakenna, right? What happened to me was done by the most powerful and brutal dictator of West Africa, right? And when that happens to you, the first question, not even talking about safety first, more jama, especially in a culture kone more kulu nyame ni osototila. The first thing that comes to your head, what mangulia for moe, willing man la fi moya le nyinke tantalale. Bearing at that point, ila teleko, ila fault lemu, ila teleko, ni moli halonko nyinke tetela. No na kuria na jerinya bebe lale telekang, right? That is number one. Number two, you know that nobody is going to believe you, right? Nobody is going to believe you. A young Toufah minkata college akata kana ngawulinga ko ya jembele yente rape, right? Two, nobody milka beka diamu mina ne ima fono. It doesn't matter for nga fono kuno ne for be for soma. Ike hadama dinkili wote lalana bearing imagine ibuka imagine no ikunkono, right? So you would not have believed me. That is two. Number three, the question you ask yourself is me speaking at the time. Wobe minekelanteye, right? You wanna tell me ini alatema, you think if I had said that at the time, tebe tarla janne B mbabalurin fonka musol defend walanka wumusol la women's rights defend. What would have happened at that time? Minte wulta nunga samato dundunda police station okono kon. Let's say mpasta wo two obstacle flow bela de. The first one walemu where malutam fong wala ngambira na fault lemu. Then second,
where I am saying that nobody will believe me. Haninga kata with all sembo mimbenkono. Fontambita woku kolia flola. Nko okay, bulanga dum police station okono. Imagine in 2015, a young college student girl, Toufah Jallow, walks into a police station. Konkon salamu alaikum. Police kari, officer kari, not a report like mineketa. Ya jambele. Think about that. Nte Jallow, and in police o mi o mo atulola wo. Ntol bele bita. Right?
That's true.
Anto ndindi yata nyawo nyanga hakilo sotole nun kalonko na diamo mon fenne kenya nu namanke kanna dunia buruka.
Exactly.
Right? Ando ite ken wala fana moti mean selfish because nti babe mbulle dokol be mbulle ngal na modo bi je man lano wala because modo bi je ngamre kamirante potas asamano don jolonta nta mambadi soto mambaso nte jolonta nanne. So hani ka kuriya akuol min do fo wala ka tara hadama di wonin to kan e ka nyina na konti fana mbota mol lebulu mbota kordale to just because alme moy bantay be mo nganya lay ni mol ba wala ni mol wontele nge dani wala, right? But I do have family and it's to think that the bama be do wala and I have this all these young siblings me I don't tell siateti because they are like 10 12 and 5 years old. Minta wultanga from the Minfolante Bama will go to jail. My siblings will have to suffer. Ndefawa I will have to go to jail for tarnishing or defaming the name of the president. That was the only option that time. There is no way of like justice or police writing my case or going to court with Yaya Jammeh. Bila forbid diary. So part of it is also knowing that Nadiamo cannot save me. In fact, Nadiamo would have put me in more danger. And we can realize well hani kabrinte ko mfangwa ko nyenku wakete na sinya killing and that kala sinya fulanjango fonte borita wasate kono with nothing but na jilibabo ka finti kataka dun kulungol to ka cross kata Senegal min katantela and what I have to go through into the running alale yalo is to realize ko hana ya tarante safe tante finti da banko kono bare mbama man safe ndokol be banko kono le badi wolle bentebul wasate kono. You understand?
Yeah.
And besides even speaking out is to ndefa wanyanta ka hille mol kanyina minna wolem I have my own personal healing to do. Nyanta na jara rodi na kende ya aninkan jiso bambango mi alonko nzatara sirimbi kakuma nori wol be mo en kamin boy andun jiso ya tano. Wo ibako sabano dulato ike fango prepare walale foi sondo moni hakilo ye bambang pour ye tara lori wo position ibuka wuli dorong na society be nyamen ye wuli yafu nyin neketantela. So the people that are asking all of those questions ikaw nyin karo bekele because e man la fika ko fango nyin address minketa, right? So it's like why didn't you say it? Even honey let's say I said it right now. Means ngande nung ko for another 5 years. Iba mo ako ko aketa 10 years ago. Ninga for 2 years ago. Aketa 2 years ago.
Exactly.
Ninga for 4 months ago. Yinka bracket 4 months. So until I understand what a society mean kono. And nyan sitale sanji jama even though I'm dating, but I was preparing myself. Definitely. What will be said, how it will be said. But that is basically it. And some women, most of our women is to say ninganyem for jumale belalana. But also they want to preserve the dignity for people to more kana chodi la kafoko kari nyinketalale. Like naitara munu society de be membo ka musol chodi minke lamwe aniye la musolla. You'll be very surprised. Definitely. How many women came out? And the story for so many women came out. So musu jamal biji ibe opportunity doron ni nyinikan. Opportunity mimba itandela ko society te jalaila, ite castla, and then open space puriyo for and yela justice seek. So when you do that, when you create that society, you see so many women come out.
Yeah.
So many women tell their stories.
Anyway, Toufah, if you have the opportunity to face Yaya Jammeh in the courthouse, what will be your first word? I
am Toufah Jallow because when Yaya Jammeh was abusing me, I kala kwenye ko itelen jumati, right? Because jutune ya nimbe nunjele itelen jumati te dine merento. So ngamra nina benta court ninto ni ngulta andunte I'm not gonna stay away ngafu because ya jambe be ko lente be sila ngal loyal bita no lafta ka sije la nyaabe nyako na ya je ko nyin sunkuto ya kenu minna wala nata biya be lorin koto andu mam bala ni wo mu 10 years leti 20 years 50 years hana yentan na dunia beleto. That is my fight. And I think the first thing that Mimfalaya is to say Ntele Toufah Jallow, right? And my name now has signified that. Meaning the Sunkuto Mimman song, I kindiro ke andaman song ka bulafaya kuntu. So I think the first thing that Mimfala is to reintroduce myself to Yaya Jammeh. Good afternoon or good evening, my rapist. My name is Toufah Jallow. I want to say that statement to him in his face. So yes, that would be my first word.
But Toufah, I would really love to ask this question. But in Kele video Jamal Jibel and then Nila story explain almost ika ala ending to dorum ika to kumbola. Isa for Molie rape. What does rape actually means to you?
To me, it's very personal. I think Minketa especially tell a story to akafuta dulal to mol kila story in politicize le. Right, because aketa bankoleti where things are very political and naitra mi yakela womo party abota party kare la of course wo party molka ekitole attack even though from the very beginning I've made it very clear my issue is not with any specific party honeybee motor video etandi nolela wala anything regardless of your minke for threat lemo for diamo lenga dunta fintita Musa fo no damen Toufah fele ay nyim party address Toufah fele ay nyim party confront because ntela battle ntela kelu a manke nim party ti aketaning mole tema ni ala dunya ke o mona take party leaderty what is just a relationship between womari and empathy nying I've been very specific about it but I think what makes it very sad is kaje how people do not understand what rape is. I get a society to me alonko we blame women for everything, right?
Yeah.
Tengo femi alonko amanta wala mankati we blame the woman. You have military members mi alonko kidulu be bulu sembo be bulu palasoto inate koye ko mankuno kariya fo nyamen ngake wala nyama mankuno je mobe wuliya fo ndeysan to nyaale mu kayaje mu sembu tiyoleti bari musoje mi alon kaba fuke kabrabe 18 19 years old fenkatala and the first question minna tete hakiloto walen kafako minati nama nyinkeno minna mo wakeno and then nyantam fo wonyinin ka minna as a society minati no same question on kan minta ngala muso nyinkan mala wake kilingo kan mi yake hanatara pela sembo warata muso nyinti andu ma fa sembo as physical sembo I am talking about sembo of Palazzo, the makama of the presidency, right? What is a landi aside because get a society to me alonko whether anata din soto balial to whether anata dingola kukurunke wala whether anata mistake walter whether accident wala whether fengo fennemo akeda society to me alonko we find it very easy to blame women and I think more becoming understand is the psychological trauma right society mi alon ko kabri wuluta feke bayate ye mol kulu nyamen the idea of suturo and suturo betiata of course sometimes it's very good but there are sometimes where suturo ye mol tora suturo ye mol fa suturo ka mo jawol ni mo kurungol le sutura society nyin kono mantara family kendo sutura kan mantara muso sutura kan mantara na adol fongoli makoy kan naitara mo kurungol be society kono mi yalon ko nka fenyo ko nga nyo sutura nka mina sutura exactly wala question woni nka kuriyale sutura bang fonka muso nyin na buñale sutura aka futa dula dole to wo manke muso nyin na buñati bayring minketa wakitale foka pare so naitara dum bebe pretend nan ka nyonya ko ne jibe nga pretend ko minketa janga manke barim be ngande e ka fo atolla wo de wona law sutura wala batin la minketa wo muso la webo wata bala minketa wakitale so on se mineke no the next steps where we can create a society where the sutura is not protecting mo kurungonyel wala ndiamonyen right exactly. There is a point where ila suturo is literally killing people and what people fail to understand in a society where you are trained to keep quiet, you are trained to respect your elders, a more crew for us to be a tight-lipped group of people. And on top of that, you are from an average middle-class family. You find yourself being raped by the president. And I know for some people, it's very hard to understand that. It's very hard to understand the concept of rape. And you can't realize no society is very open to rape because na kambandingol na sunkutol, most of us do not understand what it is. There are so many of my brothers and men who reach out to me, Gambian brothers, to say, hey, I have a personal friend who confessed to me and say, I'm not very sure, but because I'm very confused. Right? But it is about retraining a society to understand the idea of consent. For it mujumalti, for minela palasoti, musoni mendung, amam mendung. Ni musoko they do not want to have an affair with you. Naitara ya foye nela ka foye ko hani senemalemu. I don't want to do this right now. Na koite temako because inyama ma ekungo man tourne ya lonne ko. Whether you muso nyembe position or economy alon ko ata phone or hani. Whether you are either holding guns or either you are in a position where the woman's abama be larin loptano to ala doku o betele bulo kono itela mala bosti ikay ko nini maila ila doku be fola lale woman ke consent woman ke songoti hana mari ma for hani yalo ne ko amari lawo songo is not a clear and complete songo because it is depending on another condition where their life depends on it, their survival depends on it, and the minkake they know.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, Lonne can leverage me use. So part of Ntelatiers, part of Nakumbo, more Ming understand, is to know that for the past 5 years and more than that, since I left that country, I have been battling with myself.
Yeah,
I have to get ready. Ngomfango jara konoto. Amanke ming petana dorong, barikalon na mol benyamen. Nkami kumbo wale mol la miraro nkamin kumbo wolen Toufah dindin jamala membe siri be teleji be kan andu fanantata through this bari me dayela no kafo na kumbo is for so many women milbe siri ndenga opportunity min soto itol ma soto doctor wonte se min jeno psychological support ndenga min soto mimol ka kacha mi yalon ko la londo ni la fahamuro tambitanna kasi ka mo soto fango mimbe la moy lera watara e me George yeah, understand it from woman privilege right? And I recognize that ndenga means sort of Toufah dinding Jamal be siring base so ma sere kunda be siri be teleji be kan be siri be la moy ka radio la bari me dayele no ilawo dimingo e bita fo e fa e meneto fala ngam sort of that reach out to me alon ko mbama fulangolu na anti fulangol ka fo ha ndefana nyinketa ikatale fo nyinete fo ngotala. So Nakumbo honeybee, it's not just for my experience, but it's for the many experiences that come in more and more mafahamu. But also those are the stories that keep me going.
Toufah Foundation onying anata nyadile anding manan yahamo soto puruka Toufah Foundation onying tamandi Gambia jang.
Basically mostly tajirinte wala kuol fomma wala yento tinya wala fo mambetea wala tinam manta fono ika story moy mi yalon ko akeni okuya bari sajana mari nate ya fang kuma fulu akamin foye janna ba fule min ketala walam ka fuko unsutura mallafa kumoye finti bari imam kare nyinkenna natija kare nyinkenna kare nin kare nyinkenna akida non kuoti me ya chandin nako makoro nin demaro asulata min bake min karola ni modu ala yukudo fanelle kan inata ke yake fansun kelote nata ka fahamu ko min ketantela manke mo killing story ti ha ndela finta tanafo ando min ketanna keta moti sembetiyo be min na bake akwa keta fewati mi an ko tambita Gambia la fatata international level oto nganna ko kelen wonya hana tarantenga na kesamba ICC le woku keta nyawonya musol fanan be siari wo banko kamiyalon ko amanke ya Jammeh fanan ya kela bari ado le mu anin ko min ka kenna mol tema mol buka hani ka men fo mol buka silodi mol la yafo muso man hani ka finti yafo ko kare nyin kenna bari wodum be keri mo jama soto min ka nyin ko ke molla banko kan andi kake media kan e kake bari yalo ko musul ti fintila yalo ko musul nyiti diamula so you know ika moy kari nyinke na bari siarin je mota hanyala ka kofo so Toufah Foundation o nyim basically is kawo musulu support ka silulu dilay be diamuno la nyamen ka silulu fanan dilay be fol to potola nyamen ye fongol jara wala is a support sort of damen especially psychosocial support but also a platform create me along ko victims themselves la boti mi ko ni min ketela dorong ila dunia be nyanta bannale ite murun no la karamboto ite murun no la society kono in ka tandi ko ni se ken wala le bay sa wuli no fanan ye kangota ye la palace wota society nyin kono ya fo min ketela na tara mi ya kela wo maluno ala dunia e buruka akatete min fanan na ila dunia manyanga burukala Wallen Foundation on in the basis and the reason why nga set up.
All right, Toufah, hello, Kumat Bake and Kuma Kendall Foye. I want you to tell me a little bit about what you want to do for Gambians, especially Mol Milialonko. Yela condition of face like Mol Milialonko, they are going to the same procedure coming it'll fanang the same problem with Lesotho. Because maybe it is that I Jambela at that time. But be more of a silaring ala uncle because ala uncle wala kala.
Yes.
More of a silaring ala boss la because ala boss wala kala. Because even the official photo rape kakegele. You understand? And the minketa rape, woman multi mialonko mul latala. And then because it is a fintino la kafu mulieko, na boss la yinkena, wala nyim minister card la yinkena, wala nyik imam card la yinkena, wala nyik alkali card la yinkena. Say, but you situation all to the extent that move kata silence kilati. Say, didn't know Milialonko, even in position auto. Toufah, if you didn't know Milialonko, even in better can the same procedure and didn't know Milialonko, they are about to go in that procedure. It have been fully putting Kamboko on tanka rape.
So the thing is, one, the Toufah Foundation is basically set up for because there are things that I think are very important left to come in challenge.
Yeah.
Secondly, Ilalla's statement or to kind of correct that, it is not the responsibility of the Sunkutol to counter to tanker rape. Rape, avoiding rape is completely dependent on the rapist, minkake, right? Rape la sotona la sotobalia, abelaring completely minkake. Niwea stop the wrong rape, stop lale, right? Not on the girl, because the girl can take all the precautions. Alkamimbe wuri as atanole. But it begs the question: how about the 8 months? The 8 months didn't rape. What didn't mineke and as a mineke no foi makala, right? How about the 6-year-old dindingo? Mimba bama la laran kabe sino kan ala uncle nataya kala. Iye minesa ka foi ba fula we minela ila pampas kanadu. Ila ngembo kanadu. Ila kurto imkan, you know? So all these excuses we fail to understand is niako ikumuso imanya na kay what is very specific to women nyanta ka jibel from a general standpoint. And what the foundation is trying to do, let me understand first. Wale muko, molma understand what rape is, what violence is, what microaggressions are. And dunganyin luwan ni policy based sort of banko kanne, where you know, eba fokang angale kangoto, ni manyinke, ni nyinke tele nyante nyineke, nyinela luwati, nyineng misdominoti, nyineng treasonti, nyineng nyinti. But na molma understand, nobody realize. So the idea about Toufah Foundation, if anybody has been listening to Hanisu FM, the program Okekanjenka for me translation for transformation, where we are trying to take important documents all. Whether kita na constitution also, whether kita kachalti that are related to SGBV and abe angale kango also, na interpret na kalalto na moli minfahamu. Mandikan kango fula kango jola kango surwa kango isaje na mosa understand mina nyin terminologies and nyin big words all be because har ma dingo te fengo understand no la wala fengo adopt imam fahamu.
Exactly.
And me and Bakande wala most of our important issues ibebe angali kangolto. So more min sulatala min gana sulatala ima fahamu what is available to them. So we're trying to interpret as much material as we can so that first more sa even understand it coming for because ni nata ilo tambelelelelelelele for pareta more ko yo
thank you.
Exactly, thank you. Biskito dinani jiyo ngamin nga hajola. So they do not understand what you're saying. So when we interpret that, and we're very strong on doing that. And secondly is to kind of find stronger terminologies to use rape.
Yeah.
Because nakala ito nka diamu nyamen nanata hanin na nka rape for nyamen whether man kan kan fula kan usuruwa kan niya jibe niya koto fo jibe ikajele ya kuonyin sumu yandile ji suma la kan ne ko kari boy kan ne ko boy ha kai nyapindan kan war is very broad among itandi exactly Korea member siaring akuonyin kono. So it's to kind of revisit that, but also we want to raise nga mol mako isunkutundingol nga mini Toufah soto, right? Ko mi anon ko ayente tale for so many years to go through so many things fonga futarin damen bi nga sembo min soto nga songo min soto aning ajisu bambandingo ka lo nyin kuoto isadin ka dindingol fanan kulu nge mentor. It's a mentorship program mi anon ko we bring young people together kabribe doyarin damen komi ka funya prevention is better than cure.
Yeah.
You know, so janni ba fala mo fongo bita fabe mo nyi rape la wala na tara ya rape because rape la be rape nyin kelale bari ka musolu ma ko ke di ma ka karandirol ni mentorship program ol dila in the summertime where we build their confidence to a level that you know hani moye bulo le kan ebe fintela ya foko hey kariya bulo lan kan kariya ni boyin kan nalu ya lonko nga 100 Toufah dol la sato wala nga 200 Toufah dol la sato
exactly
so it's those mentorship programs for young girls which I'm very passionate about because ngaji a lot of young people look up to me. Ikan kumandi, ikan ko sign a mentorship program where we will all share ideas. We will talk about in a society. We will talk about how to report rape, where to go to, and the mankela fault. Kafo kari enyinkena, you know, isaje Toufah do te batula 5 years or Toufah do hanata be batula barna fintita abekela mo bambanding ultimianko society ka minfo ata mari break la ata tina mari ya fangofa ata tina mari ya mira ala dunia burukatala. So those are the few things, but also ka survival la story fintindi lafta ka documentary ke the mil suit kang where ka survival tandi anin victim hana tarab ni nya dal tandi barika tandi mo la ko nyim mo hadama dingol lati nyim malla sister lati nyim malla auntie lati nyim mo lati min ben society kono andum min ketela woman ke tolti min ketela woman ke tati right aketela le am part of ila story lati bara man ke tati and we should empower them, you know, we should have them
exactly
we should have them in society as well.
Anyway, Toufah ila ko ko la ko tan no ka lainol fana yelal pour mol fana seda ki je pour ka jibe like ila level of dabbing and then ila fake dingol empower nyam because nte am na nying empowerment o nyim fon min na fala wala wululal dingol fonti bare ni te kada wululati do ni dingol soto enen ki tumodo bi yeta be lon no la but through this empowerment coming for tenting you know mojama sa idea so to ya foko okay mbang ndingo sambaje prin kam ko ndingo faransa idea so to non jele a faransa murun nan ayntol karandi wala dokumal karandi me yalon ko ma beno woto lanon be yele woto sign Toufah ila empowerment on jing ila faka commencer mun tole andum abekele nyaadile.
The program, we have started putting people together since nga kumase neka bring Nata Gambia the last 2 times. But in Laftaka diversify le sign kata Santolto because nga realize akuo nyinga na sula te jefa nambake. You have girls, you know, you have places like Kiang and Funi and Jarasoma area. You have all these very young girls mi alonko imalon fongo ibalajato ikadulal kumandi nyadile, right?
Yeah.
You have all this misconception where musulu imbe balu fahamu fasong do ming fongola because hadama dingo fanglon dole bije ni e fangol ngato ikela value lonne
exactly
ikela position lonne ikalo na what belongs to you mina minti bari society soto where ba ma ba fula muso ko kana sunkutole ko kana son kewe sunjo ma because na ya ma be kono mala mo man ke to nyati you know but because malla fika foye exactly min bije andun ka mira ninga okay nka denningol tinyale walla nka fenni foye manyan ka millon hani ni ma karang ite ya ni ma fahamu ite ya ibita fahamu la modo le bulu banta ila friends all ba fule banta and wolf nanka min foye atekela the right thing exactly. So you want to make sure education is power mo kamera ni ko mo education is power e kamera katasi karamboto ye bagodum ye 1 2 3 kara ye say so kono hani education is power means londo musembolati anda londo manke karambol londo to bari amu londo lati of the self londo of ila society londo of ita minela palasoti like the idea ka sonko tolo bula ye hakilo soto ye miral fansu miral nyasoto ka muso soto miyalon ko they are very strong to opposition miyalon ko hani mo decide to rape you know that you will not go scot free. Njabi akete nyawo nyambe doyari nyawo nyambe dindi yari nyawo nya. I am challenging the most powerful dictator, right? I am challenging the most powerful dictator on the international stage, right? I am looking to go to court. Hanatarambe winla, but I am not giving up my battle. Hanatarambe mansakunda bibe o palasi fato. Ni lafta ka kusi fa kebe miral he korinyinte kala Toufah doti. Korata fintela ya fo minkata, right? And the woman sa kilingo miyo kentela. Ni moya fa ino kabraba ke kan kumi nyindingo be fintilale. Andu abe hontlale. Abe to mutala da konole and abe nyun ko kelale fa be banna damen atakela no, right? But it's to so that you cannot go scot free. So we have to understand that na musolo ke muso mantara mo ma ko kan na manke kukurun kelalti.
Exactly.
Mantara is very sad. And you think minketantela if mo be story is different. Nde bama ya je mo yende jawda ya ne ka fo mi ko duto buka jamfa malo fa euro lempa.
Exactly.
You know na jolo ta
hello caller hake to Toufah hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam abe nyadi
ani mara nimbara
inembara to dunga ni ko mandoro la monto
la min sañan tanje
lamin be bismillah programme to Toufah be la boy kanne
Allah ka ja kuma da bake
abaraka bake
ana fa warta modi e men gele may kam
abaraka
alka non fudan jindi wol kuma da nyawnya e mariya kuma da nyawnya ni fodan londo dum maro da biya
to nyati
politique kan woni ko da wala pour sabe ci fanna ba
to nya
isi dol na fa dana ke samol bari ñu le ale na ñu ngu me pour ni kawala wala me krani moro bu fo balati
to nya lamu
diam do dala tan do dala fo kan rom kawal no solo me ci ba ñu la ka
abaraka bake
ka wata bake na ba war na ko do da ko do
abaraka mbejo la abaraka almale ni jo abaraka Toufah ewo moy la kodi hani bi nimi la fa da programme do farante line auto hello caller mbi yandoro eto dum
to
Mr. Mbubi be komandoro la monto
ba komandoro ka
okay mbe bismillah programme auto yemna so be folo Toufah and yemna so be folo mulbe
Toufah really is a very strong lady
abaraka bake
yes sura ta ñu motival la
to nyalam
ya jamal de village no
to nyal ele radio tala da mandi to nyalam
ba di ka ti na no bu ka fono no
abaraka bake abaraka ngado fananta Toufah ba hake tulal dem mo molta kande hello caller assalamu alaikum
alaikum salam bu em kamara
e bo komandoro la monto yo gunjun kolle atata dale bar nga do fananta hello caller
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikum salam abe nyadi
Ni jang ko Allah programme dia ta kuma ya sabaka.
abaraka bake to do ngani ko mandoro lo monto
I want to contribute because I have the same Russia.
oh my god you welcome Toufah ko bele moy kanna
Okay,
Yeah,
so I was having a hip problem, but people take advantage because when I go for treatment, they start treating me the way it's not nice. So how can I get in touch with Toufah?
Well, after a call around 3699555, we will easily then
Yeah, I will be glad to talk to you.
Yeah.
I will be glad to talk to you and hang in there.
Thank you very much.
Hang in there.
Ngado fananta Toufah kollal be sarna budu malum fo bale fulale ngi beta.
No worries, go ahead. You can go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Ito do ngani yoku munto la munto.
Yanko ya ko mo kirawa.
All right. Be bismillah program wala.
Ndaba ko baten plan na kambe musul men bonda liban.
To nyala mu.
Baten lo la mbaje la betake.
Abe jola.
Alma ala jo.
Amin.
Alma ala so kaira la.
Amin Toufah be bakele.
Lo ko e bonda na malo molo ko mala mo di banya di lambra lo la kende bala to.
To nyala mu.
En konta na ngi so fa tep.
Abarka bake.
Anko la dua ba bango mo kende dera dua ba.
To nyalam. All right. Ala barka. Andu Toufah na yenen karla bon be kala minti wala be kala kuti mi alon ko musu futuro ngol ful fanan ka rep lebang wala kemal ke rep lebang because nka mo ka fa ko rep from mantara hanatra like any more benta outside but maybe any min fanan fututa tumo do isa balando abulo kono suto bara e forcer a city bun kono andu mol sabo ko ha futu walam Toufah yemna so de be mi ko woto.
Well, a very sensitive issue to me along ko a debate about hane kabra nata na luwa falling oltom be min kekang. There are myths niamo myths walling ko mi moli la ilata kuala bara manke ko wale mo atoya nyinti. There are few myths about rape. One, mol ka mira ni mo ko rape, moyen rape wala ka rape ro ka ke molleti milbe banta aka ke molleti mo fuyum fayango wonyum wala tay sabala Johnson onyinto wala ka ke mol buka la ko rape ka ken wala by very influential people. So ni aja ko ni fon ka sutura bake mena naka kolya is because mo jama min ka ke always aka ke molti melong aka ke molti nyana ko ilata lale ya mari trustle right. Because pura amari soto opposition o nyinto amari se minkeno usually akake multi ilata minna whether amari ka relationship ole bill akana suwo kono family oncle lemu aka minti sang ay bulota le kaba kungol kan he ni kari mun na musole ti
ababulo ko inestele
bari be nice rine ay bo woto ay start tema he kari
you don't
yeah hello.
Walaikum salam. Abanyadi.
Ana beja sukuna kolle.
Irebi.
Potante ji.
Tarante ito do ngani ko mandoro bunto.
Ndok mandoro busimba Umar Jammeh.
Yo Umar mbe bismillah programme auto.
Akan ndol la Toufah ala mandalo sima bana jara kendala.
Amin. Ko di bana mo so so de ka fo mye ngi kanule. Ike bu la ka. Toufah kay mom banko be do wala sima bana jara kendala. Amin.
Ni ko amel lata kan asi sabari ni ko abana lata kan
to nyala mu
para wudu para dum gola mu adolti alama Allah taala yenna fa ta kira horomoto
amin
ay do ko men kan ko ya rabbi alama Allah mu jodla alama ala jo kira horomoto amin mana fa ay sabaro ta doron
okay aba moy kan abarka ila ko mo nyinya abarka Toufah mamna banyin kola be dala min be kol kan bi asiyar bakale almost nga miss call min fon sala tala fo 40 miss call min yalan ko wala la fa duna programme to and yes still mol be dun kanne so mba min kala doron nga na final word sol fo bare wato felenting abeta kanne bare mobi ta diamu no but mil diamu ta nsafo ko wol be diamu tam wo mo kem wala min yalan ko le fa ka diamu bi programme to woto Toufah identa dam nafta yo wala nga last call ta fo.
We can take a last call, but I want to clarify a question that you asked me, which is very important.
Okay.
The idea of rape in marriages. Yes.
Okay.
So there are different ways of defining the gravity of rape. Minkata the idea is ni mo koe aman lafia ni la amari ni la ka rape. But then we also say coming the dina mol coming argue. Ni tata foi sonta mola pura ye futu. You agree when them ili sonta le ko na fulo fela ka fintina mandi kan kaw dalle ko mandi fulo buka diamu fay pare ama fo on no malo so the idea is that when you agree to a marriage ibe agree kan ko laño ya fana be soto futu ko na coming wolem the whole essence of it. So they will argue that once it's on the futu nyina then you are agreeing to laño ya of course at any time. But the thing is, don't you think that as a married couple, especially near Mofutu, if you get to a point where for a married man song and la damen, don't you want to have a wife that is agreeing to sleep with you?
Yeah.
You know, don't you have a wife where every time you want to have a session with her or whatever, she's agreeing to that, right? And if the woman is not agreeing to sleep with you, then there's a deeper question of the marriage.
Yeah.
Then there's a deeper question about aliya contract means soto new tema ka futu nyoye na taro futu nyin kono fana ani man so kela. So you want to maybe go back yela futu nyin check. You want to go back and talk about je ngabaranteni to sonta ka nyin neke, right? But I think when you do that, one thing is for sure, whether we are going to categorize it as rape or abuse or violence, is that ibe muso nyin na balo abuse kan, right? Just like nin ko nyamen ko ni mo la musoti inyanda ka yamar la wala le kacha wala le problem of soto. Just because albe futurine, it doesn't mean ni amari lipa ya balo fara ya balo tora. It doesn't mean ko man ke abused just because albe marriage la kono. You can still abuse somebody whilst you are married to the person. The same way you can violate somebody's body whilst you are still in a marriage. So I think if we can aspire to have consensual intercourse, even in a marriage, I think that will be a better society.
Definitely.
I think we will have better children and then we'll have better marriages. So conversation on ying is deeper than me because inte mudinding walti akatani
imudindo but be long keba dole mo londe Toufah.
You know, hakilo mobe alaka dino mobe la. Andung fanse song kang hakilo yele andung ka karam. Ni ko ABC mo nyinnati yalon ko dunia man dambiri kama dunia man tan welingara dunia warata wotile. There is so much information out there and I think that more is a cool no ye fangono ye balolo and ye respect soto at the same time.
Exactly.
We can have it all at the same time. So I just wanted to clarify that Janibe caller nyintala.
Okay, aflanga do fonta hello caller.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
Baba benyadi yani be kumundoro la munto.
Alhamdulillah, me kumandoro ke kama belinga.
Ani to dum?
Bakar Touré.
Yo Bakar mbibi sila programme oto.
Yo, Toufah nyum kuma kamal be follow kambakel. Yes, when they nga de lon ne nga fama fa lon ne.
Okay.
Yes, and I think Abama fa lon. But nga fama lon Jammeh is a very nice gentleman. Nga longo wode dinim kurmo sala. So Toufah ka même for tending. They are writing because Parliament Fanel rape, I know the man. He's capable of doing it.
Okay.
And he has done it. So what I will advise Toufah is to keep up the momentum. Awareness make a more latent thing. Keep up. Because I could understand for you that is very true. Women cannot defend themselves. The government must take very strong measures to deal with rapists.
Definitely.
Rapists are the problem. And the Molkan Yemen made a this Rasta boys name boys magazine. They are the rapists volunteered. The rapists are right down there next to the president and the president themselves. So they should know how to deal with them.
Definitely.
But problem of men is that Africa they have created untouchables.
Yeah.
So honey rape you just have to go and mourn, but there is nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
I remember at that time in Toufah to tell anybody that Jammeh has raped me. She is going to be killed and her parents are going to be killed as well.
Definitely. Don't be too far to
So let's keep up the momentum and educate the people.
Abaraka bake. Abaraka.
Okay.
Abaraka. Toufah. Hello. Ngalo yo mo bakele ay yamarol do dila. For this program, mene beke la kumala bangote. And then secondly, what will be your greatest advice to the younger one? They are still young, and then life nying start follow. And then thirdly, mene beke ila kumala bangote to those young people ye rape. Iti am ne the phone way putting kamboko ye right fight ko te be right fight kanyami. And in conclusion, for rape is only. And finally, even we have a deal like Wulula Lemia Ike don't neglect. I think together is a put nole, then we can buy it or collection as out there mola.
Yeah. It's a couple of things. One is to say that the foundation is there for you. Personally, I'm always ready to talk. I should be in Gambia myself. I mean, in COVID right now, but because of the whole COVID, and we have several activities that we will be doing. One thing I have to say to the young people, natara imodinolti imotufati the searing as wakona, and the ninko imotufati. What I mean by that is that you are a young girl who is trying to find your way. You might understand from what is going on around you. If this thing has happened to you, is to understand that it doesn't have to be a story. You can take what happened to you, your own story create. Don't let society create your story for you, right? Take whatever has happened to you and make it your life mission and be stronger about it. And understand ko I may define just like me sing katita bicycle auto, it doesn't mean ila whole life iba fala bicycle is mo singo minkati. It's just like me jiwa fi marseto ite imalla fi to live your whole life ya for moko jiwa fi la marseto. You know, these are phases and experiences of your life. They are not who you are. They are not who you are. And if you are younger and a young person nyala ko nyimmankela follow kana sila kanyinin karol ke ngalo naka kolyala because the society to me aranko ni dinno especially sunkutu ngole question jama soto yemo nyinin ka keba jama sa fon ko inhabiti ikumpata bakele ikanyinin kar jama leke, you know, be curious, you know. Ikan ni mo bingin diamol about kari nyinke kari le nyim politiko ti kari manke nyim politiko ti ngatani rally ton kana tanin to take your time yeta library to you read, you know, kana want to be better than Ibama ni farmer, want to be better ila sister in ila society, you know, finti ila comfort zone ninto, finti babu ninji kachato aning all these other things around you. Aspire, have the ability to dream. Right, kasibo yetara siring yesibo ifangola dulato mimmanke bedamen yesibo ifangola dulato mianko you are powerful, you are strong. Wala na I always advocate hanin kanyin theater minkan drama and in the movie industry ngal ne mambambang, but we need to put movies mianko nkana musul ni sunkutol portray in a very strong way, right? You know that you are strong and like a kolia damen waleng imudena no tinyamen, you're trying to navigate for maybe 18 years and then you go out into the world. You realize that the world is bigger than that. So just dream. Know that you are capable of being anything. You are capable of taking on anybody. Kaya mantara banko kang mi assemble sato itati for ita mankang sato. Mo mantara banko kang mingana barakati itati, right? Yeah. So believe that you can fight your battles. And I think for the parents, is what thing is important. Kamira ko can neglect. Katara neglectly ding wala mkoming ke bula ita yayola wala ke bula ita for 12 o'clock. No. Neglect ka kuwansa damen wala you have a child. Yalong ko dunia be kuriari nyamen. Ye dingo bula kata banta kata kana andi ma fongo fai. Ini dingo buka kacha. Idingo ma fongo long ama balolong, right? Ika din tol mo jama bije sunkutun dingo andu ngala sunkutun jama min kan diam they will relate. Hanni mensurate wole na kuro ninga foste nkamunta ko nyamato because ma long from what the hell is going on, right? Iko be just have oh my god ngamineke because ibama may prepare ila antima afoye and these are all things nyanta ka mo prepare na isaje lungo min na aketa isa fo oh mama nyi na fanya no nante nyi na fon isaje ita worry la bari ka mo jeta karamboto sunkutu ndinga be karangola ay wuli ala sipa beni yellow ay tara maluring bobe jele kiki I will I say wo fango mu neglect leti you know, because ni alon koy dungo be 12 years 13 years o janni yalon ko sambinga bina futala kuru bungoto inaye kacha amon fentinya to you know bari ka sidoro amari si can you imagine imudin ngo tibe 12 years old e wuli lun kilindoro ye yelo je balo be bala ikumo be jakasi buloko those small things wo kun domandingol nyanda ko kacha le soto isaji sun ko tol ye balolo ya lon ko akakete ne ni fudada yambalo be kelate ni fudada yambalo be kelate ni fudada ja instead of amari tara dering abe kusukusula abe munyula amalo mimbe keri so hani wandi mo nata kaye ko abula ngela jamma abula nga jankateng abuka understand what is the consequence of that. So woman neglect leti. So I think hani be dingo bula like ta hana tara dingo tata 11 p.m. le fata 12 p.m. le naya bala mo balo fahama lodula long. Wallahi hana tara be banta 1 a.m. le. It doesn't matter because most more rape no le 9 a.m. samanda. Most more rape no like 8 a.m. samanda, right?
Yeah.
Most more rape no anytime. So when 11 p.m. or so to it doesn't matter. But if your child knows themselves, if they know when they are menstruating, ni alon ko ibalo be mank we mean andong yin kuma musu ka fae ni sunjoma ni jamma hani a fire what it is. Isaja salong exactly what it is, you know? So I think to prepare the parents, you know, ngal fananka malle because yalle ko wala mi ankon ka pass le generation to generation. Maybe the parent o nyita alpha ye de fananka wala nyama. Iba ma fana wala nyama. So wala nyama bari fasi futa dulato mi alon ko mba kuntula wolto. Ngaje ko nganyin ko nka mi moso man hani mo ma akoy. So the parent o ya ko comfortable tala ka binta sindi ka fatu sindi ka fight bari mbo wakillale ngake because man la fi binta itara siring minke tantela kala wala binta ma balo fahamu you understand so and it's sad but the parents have to start not neglecting their kids by giving them information that they can use as a weapon. Information that they can feel good and confident in their bodies as well. So yeah, the foundation is definitely trying to do all of that. And we will be coming to your community. So in Nata Doreya Lonko, we are there not because of specifically Yaya Jammeh. No. Wole minke na Kenya, but ngatale minke tantela. And I'm using it as a weapon to defend and help other women. So ngalonko modo musudol la kuole atin nankana society to awareness la atin nankana je. It has nothing to do with me and my personal issue. So yes, that's all I have.
Well, Toufah, to tell you thank you once again for joining Home FM Digital, and secondly, the staff of Home Digital, Baby Kontone, Tony Kontola, and they are also proud of you that in other radio to jaya program ke jangwate jemale.
Saturdays mostly around 4 p.m. But it's a language full of bekele, so nga mandinka name full of kele. And the next Saturday bekela jolality, then the other Saturday bekela fulality. And nga minka nga audio le deda dorong about some terminologies. Mine rape taka ken min tolle min luwa lebe available link. Isita no dame mino different types of SGBVT. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, Toufah, bane mul felndi bon call kan iko ibesulari la nombala. And then this is a very another issue. Send for a break so I'm coming in. Is there any other way coming like is a reach out to someone Mialonko is working directly under you in the Gambia? Putting Kambako news to advice la or whatsoever, it's a footano wolf and pre wolf and sakacha. I think that would be more important because until that time will man killing. Maybe it's important issue la or maybe it's no do kola mialonko akumaya bakale more interrupt onto your call or whatsoever. So Malonko, what is your idea on that aspect?
Yes, I'm doing like because I can school and running this project, so I get busy. So I can share an email and also a number of a person, Mimbe Bagambia J. Berry. If the person, if a person is a victim of rape, or they've been raped, or it happened to them immediately, I love to be in direct contact with those people. I want to speak with them because those are very tender moments. But if there's any other inquiries or about projects or how you want to get involved or just register as a member with the foundation, yes, you reach out to that person and I'll share that information with you. Also, you can write to the email as well, the email of the foundation, which I would also share with you. WhatsApp. But if it's someone who has been raped, I prefer to talk with them directly, no matter how busy I am, because I know how those moments are like, right? So yes, we can set that up.
I think that is better because Gambian calling you.
Yeah.
Call the other bag on WhatsApp. I'm finally bimun salolti, salolam BT, and then ngalne bimu Muslim new reality. Toufah, what is your greatest wishes for this year?
My greatest wish this year, My greatest wish this year is to start building the women's shelter. So one of the biggest things that lafta kabinke for yariba for la tufatiga, walenka women's shelter law, walen kordati, aning dula miya lonko, as a keno, as a larol soto, aning help, aning medical facilities, musol miya lonko inyim bataku soto isa soto benala no damen. Because kukiling on enka fo muso ko diamu ya fo ko kari enyin ne kenna. Bari naitara miya kala wala ka balundi dung. Naitara miya kala ado wala suwale kono dung, ado koli ala baki puro muso e finta ya fo nyine ketan. But ninga dula soto e ka fo damine safe haven korda that is very big book bedroom wall biji and stuff where muso se bori no damine na ye jaralo soto ye demaro soto ye mo soto nyimbe kachala ye dula soto be stela damen fo se lono e fongol sinwaye wolen kutin lafta kaminga andunga lan soto le foka pare. So I'm not doing, and my biggest wish this year is to be able to raise enough funds for ngao fenso start ka lundi wala nga kumase. So that is a wish for me this year.
I wish you good luck.
Yes, thank you so very much.
And Sarad la Jamalala finally Gambia jang.
Sorry?
Ibe Sarad la Jamala Sarad ibe Jamala konton na salwala.
Then farmer konton na a very strong man, and because ngalon nembe farmer katara strictly nyamen, but in farmer is a great person. I understand what I am doing and why I need to do it. Amam Malumna, he is very proud of me, so I'm very grateful for him. I am also grateful, and I'm greeting, shout out to my mom, shout out to my siblings, shout out to you, and Su FM, of course, Pamodu, Nabuka Ben Numbarin Kaben Nesai. So shout out to everybody, to the entire Muslim Ummah, shout out to the girls, shout out to people mi alon ko story be buli ma fono imalo ba fono la nyamen lafta ya lon ko hakilo be kanne nge moyle nge understand ne andun lati lale. Happy prayers to everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Alright, badingol hanibi ka falie dorong being content lenginam Toufah Jalloti. At the real name is Fatou Jallow, Brikamon Kolom, and Nuta Brikama Jandafana, Alakara Mol Beka Kabafitale Kata Newsralt. Oto Fatou Jallow Cafe dorong, good luck on your journey. Whatever you are aiming, may you achieve it in peace. Ngan the program will be a candidate and a kolia cool dul so the Jammeh Kata call area. But Roman can faulty along the way. Ale makwele na communication soto nan ka soto nyami wota nyam furata nyen temena dorong ka mobe konto eto ning konto la milialon ko mandro ke mandunno ka fe dorong al haketu tumado wat do baliyele al se mandro ke no damen pour nyin kambo ko ali dum programme kono fali nyami dorong ko programme ke janne saturday bi ñoo lungu 4 o'clock woto momo yalon ko man ku jama soto no jang wala man karan jama soto no jang ila tala nyami al se 4 o'clock time tumado al bakaran dol soto la jemi yalam ko kumayata woto anal bade malam dorong ka fo mi VM trawalla jama ka fa VM international woto ka fo Toufah na la molbe dorong good luck and then contantale mili yalon ko be lamoy kam su radio la ka fa le dorong ala barka bake program jama bana aliye janne ka fa le dorong goodbye till we come on your way next time but be nimba fa goodbye mba fa aliye jarama jerejef e ka fa la ko nyaale goodbye
yo bile jambe dia yo jara manga miro wala
jara mo min thank you goodbye I mean
you know thank you jarama is very funny. It's both a greeting and also thank you. So yo mbe bulala butu
ane vraiment long de Toufah kula ko ga wonyale goodbye
nente yana birkama yente tinyale fo kam mi liganti no mandi kan kan to
wala okay bye bye anjarama
Are you talented? Come and showcase that talent.
Mbadadale, alayala mbadadale, alfal mbadadale, alayala mbadadale, mampeno sodo, mambuko sodo, wadali mbula, nanakaraoke. I am beautiful, young, and multi-talented, and I'm going to be the Miss.
So what? Again, there are times when you might feel endless. You can see the places where you belong. Your parents and youth come and support your children. Support all